Well, they wouldn't be here if they didn't like it, right? I mean, if this was a unless they're here demanding answers, I don't know. But if this was, for instance, if this was some sort of what's the name of that show nobody watches about NCIS panel, you know. I'm sorry to insult the NCIS fans here. They wouldn't care about the differences of show. I mean, the reason that the reason you do get criticism is because people watch the show so intensely, and because everyone has a theory and an opinion and a favorite character, and I think that's just something that you guys are going to have to deal with. I wouldn't even worry about that sort of thing, because it's your show, right?
Thank you, Jimmy.
You're welcome.
No,
I think said, tell us something, because
I think that the fact that we had this new air order this year also has really affected the perception of the show. If we had aired the first 6 episodes last year, we probably would have heard a lot of complaints. Well, the show's too much about the people in the tail section. But by the end of the year, I think in the totality, I think we felt like we got around to doing stories about all the different characters. And the same is true this year. We spent a good part of the first 6 episodes telling the story of Kate and Jack and Sawyer in captivity, but that story is sort of ending now, and when we air our 16 or 17 hours of original shows that are coming up, you'll get around to seeing everybody else's stories, and I think it will feel more complete.
What category does Desmond fall in? Because we have the others and we have the passengers on the flight, but nobody is really in that same category as Desmond's character. At first, I had a theory that he was the devil when he was running the stairs with Jack, and that turned out to be stupid. But
well, it's funny you say that, because when I did that, I thought I was an angel.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I didn't really know what it was about. But
you and I have always been on other sides of the fence. We really have. But I don't remember what made me think, but I was certain of it, and then it turned out not to be the case at all. But Desmond's character seems to be kind of in the middle of it, maybe. Does Desmond know more than everyone else does?
He ended up being, in many ways, a massive, mythological figure in the show as a whole, because, the show was never more, the focus on the show was never more intense than between seasons 1 and 2, when everyone was asking us, what's in the hatch? We got to know. You took us through this entire year. Locke and Boone are digging up this thing, and at the end of the year, it's just, Locke and Jack, staring down into this hole, and whatever is in there better be good, or we will never watch your show again. It was like literally people were sort of threatening us. Like, it was just the one question everybody wanted to know, and the ratings were never higher than they were in that episode. And for us, it was like, the answer is Desmond. But if we had said between those seasons, all right, here's what's in the hatch. There's a guy down there, and he's been down there for 3 years, and he is pushing this button every 108 minutes, or he's told the world might potentially end. People would say, I'm not watching that. That sucks. But by virtue, I remember when we first saw Ian's tape, April Webster, he went on, he lived in the UK, he went on tape. We had read everybody and their mother for Desmond, and we sort of put it in, and it was him explaining what he was doing, and the computer's been shot scene, and we were just like, this is the guy. Thank God it's this guy, because
he was actually living right next door, and my neighbor is this actor Brian Cox, and he was house sitting, and I would see him in the morning, hi, and then we go and it's like, we got to find an actor to play Desmond, right? And we cast L.A., we cast in New York. These guys were doing Mission Impossible 3. We said, we can put people on tape in London, and we get this tape from London of this guy, and we said, this is the guy. And he's living next door to me in my neighbor's house.
And then obviously the way that the season ended, was like, okay, we're leaving the island for the first time, and we're going to see this woman who is essentially looking for Desmond. So, is the salvation of all of these people ultimately sort of in the hands of, what is essentially a Romeo and Juliet story? And, he is neither fish nor fowl. He was not on 815. He is not an other. He sort of marches to the beat of his own drummer. What he knows is, is what he knows. Probably Desmond knows.
Stop now.
Yeah.
You're
Desmond knows a
saying
lot
is
more
what
than
he
Ian
knows
does.
is what he knows.
Yeah. No, that was your initial question, which is, does he know more than he's telling us? And I think the answer is no. I think, the character is being honest with the audience.
Yeah, well, the fact that he'd wake up every 108 minutes to push that button, I guess you couldn't know too much unless you knew to get the hell out of there, though, as fast as you could. Yeah.
Well, I was there. Yeah, I was there for 3 episodes and didn't know if I was coming back. And when I ran off, I could have easily been a skeleton in a Dharma suit, and thankfully I was asked back. So yeah.
Elizabeth, do you know if your character is good or evil? Because we don't know for sure.
No.
You don't know. Does that change the way you approach this?
No, I think if you're bad, you think you're good anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Okay. Now, we learned that, Henry Gale obviously was from The Wizard of Oz, and there seems to be some sort of Oprah book club going on the island, too, which is a weird twist. Is there some, well, I know you're not going to, it's hard to ask questions, but I know you're not going to answer any of them. It seems to be like a literary theme that goes through all the plots. Like there are references to books, and there are just little things that make English teachers all over the country just delighted. Is that just flavor, or is that part of? Oh, maybe it's all a book. Maybe it's one of Madonna's children's books. Wrap it up. All right. We haven't learned anything. Well, you guys would make, really, all of you, and I've had a lot of you on the show, and nobody, you must either be very loyal or terrified, because I have not been able to crack, I haven't been able to, like The Bachelor's come on the show, and I know in an instant whether they're hooked up with the girl or not. You got quite a team here, because no one ever lets anything slip. And even if they did, you'd just go change it in the script when it came time to do it. But I just want to say on behalf of everyone, thank you guys for coming out here. And the show, I love it. And you all do such a great job. And I can't, the only criticism I have is that I just can't get enough of it. And I would like you all to get on the plane right now and go immediately back to work, okay? No
Thank you,
party.
Jimmy Kimmel.
All right. Thank you for coming, everybody. Thanks to the Academy. Buenas noches.